Hey guys, what's up? I hope you're doing amazing. I'm so excited for today's video and it seems like y'all are too. I put up a poll on my communities tab asking what you wanted to see next, and overwhelmingly, surprisingly, you guys wanted to see an Empties video. I say surprisingly because these are very like 2012 YouTube era, and like I actually did film one I feel like in 2019 2020, so really not even that long ago, but it's just funny how it's kind of like resurfacing as like this, I don't know if it's trendy even, but like people miss them, you know, like it's a little nostalgic, but it's also really great to see like what products people are using, what they're repurchasing. Like I definitely have a bunch of things in here that I have multiples of. I haven't even gone through this bag yet, but I'm excited to go through it with y'all. So what I'll normally do is put aside like a little shopping bag and then eventually fill it with like all my empty products, and I'll actually take it to The Ordinary in person in store. Luckily I have one of those near me. They take makeup, they take skincare, they take kind of any sort of weird sort of packaging, and they're able to recycle it. I think they're partnered with TerraCycle and that's how they're able to do it. But yeah, very excited to show you what's in here. I also just want to say like my vibe today is a little bit grungy, messy. I'm missing some nails and my hair is you know, it's in a state, it's doing what it does, and I'm actually kind of peeling. I'm going through like a chemical peel process, so I don't have any face makeup on because I like can't wear makeup for a week, but I figured I could still put like eye makeup on. I hope like that's okay. Anyway, anywho, let's get into this. I'm just gonna like dump it all out and we'll see what the hell is in here. Ugh. Okay, great. Some of it's skincare, some of it's makeup, some of it's just like randomness stuff. I think I'm gonna start with, okay, let me put my phone on D&D. Sorry, bitch is busy. I'm so caffeinated. My barista today was like, this jar is so cute, and then I pulled out my metal straw. She goes, and the metal straw, stop it. I was like, get sussy. Susty. Get susty. That could literally be an ad for something. Hire me. I think I'm gonna start with like the most boring things. So I have this tube of toothpaste here. What is this? Colgate Total Whole Mouth Health Whitening Gel. It's a good one. I keep repurchasing it. I do recommend. I have this old clindamycin for like antibacterial for me acne that I haven't used because I'm out. Don't really know how well it worked, but I was prescribed it and I used it. I ran out of this little tiny sample size body lotion I got literally so long ago from my friend's like hotel when she was having like her happy birthday / going away, and I've held on to it, and like these are so perfect to just like have in your purse or in your bag, especially for the winter. My hands are finally recovering from when it was like super cold, like I think like last week or so, but having hand lotion on hand, no pun intended, is super helpful, especially in these winter months, y'all. Literally everything else is makeup and skincare, so I'm gonna really quickly run through makeup because you guys have seen most of these things in my Project Pan. If you haven't watched those yet, I will leave like a playlist linked here and then also down below and at the end, so you can go ahead and watch those. But I'm just gonna really quickly run through them because you may have already seen them before. First things first, I have the Stila eyeliner, and this is jet black and it's their felt tip. This is something I normally always repurchase, but I actually went with the Ulta brand brush tip liner just to see if I like the brush better than the felt. We'll see. I'm gonna give it a go. Then I have this Kush mascara by Milk Makeup in their little mini size. This is one I did like. I may repurchase a full size of this, but I'm kind of going through other things first and then I may come back to this. I'm just kind of trying like a bunch of different mascaras, but this is one that aligns with my values in terms of like what a company should be, and then also like it is a great product, so I'm gonna keep this one in mind, and I'm glad to see it here because I would have forgotten about that. My e.l.f. eyelid primer, literally the only eyelid primer I buy. It's not like super sticky, which is great for like my skin type, so it's not going to be super like mattifying like a paint pot like from MAC or anything, but it does do the job in terms of like keeping things in place, but it's easy to take off at the end of the day. So I love these. I will continue to repurchase these until I die. I also have this Benetint, which I'm so happy to have run out of because Benefit tests on animals. So I have this little Tarte Shape Tape Contour Concealer. I didn't even know I had this in this little sample size. Ran out of this pretty quickly. I did repurchase something similar to this, but in the creamy consistency, and I think I like this one better, so that's like good to know. But yeah, it's like dried up and out. Love that. I'm looking incredibly pale today, y'all. My It Cosmetics CC cream. This is something I hated when I was using it. Then towards the end, I was like, oh, I'm kind of loving this. And now I'm kind of like, maybe I would repurchase something like this. But I replaced it with the Bare Minerals BB cream, and it's like the hydrogel. I'm not loving that. So this is something I may turn back towards, or I may get like a mini size before I like fully commit again, or maybe I'll try a foundation. Who knows? I have two powders that I finished up. This is the e.l.f. HT powder, and then this is the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. These are both loose powders. I'm trying out a pressed powder right now, and I think I like the way loose powders feel better, but the way that pressed powders kind of like look. So I don't know. Okay, moving on to the good stuff, skincare. This is actually crazy. I have two of these Ultra Repair creams by First Aid Beauty. At first, I did not use them on my face at all because they would sting so bad, and I was like, why does my face like sting? Like that's not what a moisturizer should do. Little did I know, I was just so under moisturized that it was actually painful to moisturize, which like now I know. But then for a time I was like, okay, well, I'll just like use it on my legs and my body. Also a great way to use this stuff if you find that like you just don't like the way it feels on your face. Intense hydration, colloidal oatmeal, whatever. I probably will repurchase this again, if not for my face and for my body. Great stuff, was really into it, and it lasts you a pretty long time. This I had been hanging on to for a while. This I got and started using on face and body and was like really plowing through it. So it just really depends how much you use and how often, but I do recommend. I'm just gonna keep going with moisturizers. I use the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors plus HA. I like this one. Pretty standard, good, basic moisturizer. Great for daytime, not so intense for nighttime. So I would maybe, if you have like dry or sensitive skin and need to like repair your moisture barrier, do something a little bit more heavy duty than this. But if you are like a simple gal, simple guy, and you just love simplicity, then this is the one for you. Nothing really bad to say about it. This is my last moisturizer. It's the Aveeno Calm and Restore Skin Therapy Balm. I actually did repurchase this and I love it. Anytime my skin is like in dire need or it's like peeling, kind of like how it is now, I will use this, and it feels like Aquaphor in the sense that it's got that like balmy texture, but it doesn't sit on the skin and like break you out or anything. It actually like slowly sinks in and it feels like an extra layer of skin almost, if that makes any sense. But it's great stuff. I highly recommend it. It is a bit pricey, I find, in terms of like drugstore, but you still get almost 2 ounces of product for like 20 bucks. So it's not the most terrible thing, but if you're really like in need of help, I find that this is a really good drugstore option. I have so many of these little guys. Okay, I have some mists that I finally use. This is the Facial Mist Witch Hazel Aloe Vera formula with rose petal scent. It took me a while to use this because I did not love that it was scented and was like, okay, I'm gonna use this again. I don't know why I had this, to be honest. I don't know what it really did for me. It took me a really long time to use it. It says it cleanses and tones, so I guess I would use this before makeup. Yeah, I don't know. Didn't really do much for me. Although I love Witch Hazel and I've used theirs for like ever. I don't know, something about the mist, I just like couldn't quite figure out what to use it for. But I guess it's like after you cleanse, you could just use this. I don't know. Then I also had the Mario Badescu skincare facial spray with aloe, adaptogens, and coconut water. This I would just use as like a facial mist moisturizer, and I actually loved it during the summer. It just was so refreshing. I don't think I'm gonna repurchase it though. I find facial mist to be like a great experience, but nothing that I need. And if I really want, I could just like spray my face with like filtered water and it would do the same thing for me. Like experience wise, I don't need to buy like a whole product. Definitely not going to repurchase any sort of facial mist, but you know, I used them, went through them, so that was good. So I finally used this Juice Beauty sunscreen. I feel like I have a few. I have a COTS one that I'm trying to use up, but that one's very like thick and leaves a really bad white cast on my skin. This one also left like a weird cast, and it felt very like tacky. It didn't really mix well with any of my other skincare. And it has a very citrusy smell to it. I don't even know if it has, let's see. Oh, recyclable tube made from renewable sugarcane. I do love that. Juice Beauty is one of the brands I was like, I'm gonna try because they're very sustainable and very like green oriented, but this product in particular I just didn't love, although lots of people had great things to say about it. Just wasn't for me. It wasn't moisturizing enough. I felt like as a sunscreen it was very, like I said, sticky, tacky, just didn't really hit the spot. But yeah, if you're looking for organic ingredients, things that are vegan, renewable, this is a brand to check out. Maybe your skin's not so like finicky as mine, which is probably the case for a lot of you. Okay, then I have some cleansers. I have my Squalane cleanser, and this one was good for like makeup removal, you know, nothing crazy. I had my Bad Habit Acai Nightly Cleansing Balm. I don't know if Bad Habit is out of business. Can you confirm or deny? Because I have had trouble finding some of their stuff, and this was shipped to me like from Nordstrom or something, but like super late, like it was very delayed, and I think they even were like, sorry, like we'll give you a refund. And then I think I got a refund, and this showed up in the mail like another week or two later. I was like, oh cool, because I was just really excited to try it. I do love the experience of this sort of cleansing balm versus like a squeezed out the tube. I may repurchase this. This is something I would repurchase again if I'm in a pinch. Oop, okay. Because The Ordinary just does it for me. It's very simple, it's very basic. It just is like, you kind of get what you pay for. It's nothing crazy, but it's like if your skin, you just want to maintain it, that's what I see The Ordinary as. But this is something I definitely would repurchase. Also, I just love the smell of it. It was so nice and such a really nice experience of just like jelly gushiness when I'm like taking off my makeup. It really did it for me. Another cleanser I had was this Lumi Spa Acne Cleanser. I don't recommend this. This is something my aunt sent me because I have acne, but it was like way too drying for my skin, so would not recommend. But that's just me. Still skincare, guys. Most of what I use and empty out is skincare because I'm trying to find something that fucking works for me. But I'm working with a skincare specialist now, so hopefully I can find what works and what feels good and makes me glowy and just like pristine skin. That's the goal for 2023 for me. I used up Lush's Cosmetic Warrior, and I'm actually glad I went through this. I'm going to take this out and save this because if you turn in 5 tubes or tubs with Lush, then you get a free face mask. And I think this was the free face mask that I got from turning in other ones. Now, I don't purchase these often because masks for me are like a treat, and with Lush you kind of have to use them fairly consistently before they like go bad. So it's not that I steer clear from them, it's just like not top of mind for me to like go and grab a Lush face mask, but I do really enjoy their entire line. Okay, so I have 2 more masks. This is the Ordinary AHA 30% plus BHA 2% peeling solution. So it's their vampire facial, if you guys have seen it. It's basically just salicylic acid, really good if you've got acne prone skin, which like I said I do. And it's very gentle. It's not anything that's like too harsh or like actually going to like light your skin on fire. I've repurchased this so many times. I'm actually surprised there's only one in here. Oh, you know what? I do have one that I'm about to empty out in my bathroom cabinet right now, so that makes sense. Like I said, a staple, a basic. The Ordinary is just basic for me, and I love it. I used Bad Habit Silent Mode Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Mask, which I really enjoyed. Just something nice and easy to put all over my skin and just kind of like let it sit. I do really like hydrating masks because it feels just like a step up from a moisturizer, but you still kind of like get like an experience, and it's like moisturizing but like for 10 minutes instead of 30 seconds. So I like this. Will I repurchase it? Probably not. It just wasn't as intense as I would have liked, but I didn't really expect that from this brand or this product. I used a Trader Joe's Supreme Hydrating Eye Cream, which I bought out of desperation. I think last year I was like, oh, I just need eye cream and my other moisturizers are too thick. But that was like a marketing ploy that I fell for. I found that out later, that you can literally use any moisturizer under your eyes, and I was like avoiding that because I thought it was gonna break my under eye area out, which is not true. So I bought this out of desperation, and it was really cheap, so I'm not mad about it, but also at the same time, it just took me forever to use because I like didn't like the smell of it, and it wasn't really doing anything for me. It was like, I'm putting this on and I'm just putting this on all the time. So yeah, will not repurchase, but now I know. This is something I got as like a free sample from Sephora. It's the Fresh Tea Elixir Skin Resilience Activating Serum, which I actually loved, unfortunately, because it's like $90 for like the full size. So on the fence about repurchasing this, but if I can get any more like sample sizes, I definitely will, because this was like a really nice experience of just like the serum being like thick enough to where like you feel like it's gonna do something, and then the benefits of like my skin actually feeling really nice the next morning of like, oh wow, like something is happening here. And I would use it AM and PM on my moisturizing days or my hydrating days for my skin cycling, and I could really feel a difference. And I think I only used it for about, it lasted me like a week or two maybe. No, it's definitely something I'm interested in trying out, but it's gonna be like a big kind of splurge purchase if/when I do. I also have 2 PHA toners from the Inky list, and I have a third that I'm working on now. I realized I wasn't using toner, and then like was wondering why I still had like gunk, kind of like basically just dead skin cells sticking to my skin. I was like, I should maybe probably start toning. And it also is just helping like get that extra layer of skin off, but also kind of even my skin tone very gently every morning and night, because I have sensitive skin and found that out. That's when I made the switch to these toners, and I do love them. I just wish they came in like a big bottle, because I'm on my 3rd one now, and I don't love that I have to keep repurchasing little tiny ones. So maybe I'll send like a little email to the Inky list and see what they can do about that. Oh my god. This is actually crazy. I have 3 of the same what are these serums from The Ordinary. These are all the niacinamide serums plus zinc 1%, high strength vitamin, and mineral blemish formula. I can't believe I actually have 3 of the same ones. I thought they'd be different, but these help kind of with like my oil control and production and lightening my spots. And it's something I've used for a while now, before I even started like skin cycling and like getting into all of that. So I can't believe I have 3. Obviously I love them, and I actually do have another one. Do they do anything though? That is my now my big question. Now that I'm seeing that I have 3 in my hand, I'm like, has it really lightened my dark spots? Maybe not exactly, but I do feel like it does help my oil control throughout the day. So I really appreciate them for that. That's kind of embarrassing. That's funny though. And then lastly, I have a hyaluronic acid serum from The Ordinary. Like I said, staple. This does help. I found in the winter time especially. This is when I started using it, maybe around like November. I wish this also came in like a bigger size, because I just love it. I love it so much. I think I love it more than my niacinamide because of the way it makes my skin feel. I mean, if you're on a budget, you're trying to do skincare on a budget, and your skincare specialist hasn't like yelled at you about it yet, then get The Ordinary, get the Inky list. I find that it's like available in Sephora and Ulta. So it's pretty accessible, and then like you can get them shipped, you can do even store pickup, whatever. But those are all my empties. Thank you for coming along this journey with me of using up all this shit. If you like these sort of videos, like I said, I'm doing Project Pan, so I'll have that playlist here, and you should also go watch my most recent video, which was my Project Pan video, and you guys can be in on the action and on the emptying out process. I find with skincare, I don't really want to like show that, because I go through it honestly fairly quickly, and I'm always changing things, and that is not good. That like, I should not be an example for like skincare emptying things out. But for makeup, I'm kind of like, okay, well, I'm gonna stick with this one thing for a year, so watch me go through it. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for voting on my poll. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see that communities tab when I do posts. You can have like your own input on what I upload. I'm just really excited to be creating. I don't know, I feel like I'm in a creative kind of flow of things, and it's really nice to engage with y'all and talk to you guys in the comments section. So let me know down below what else you'd like to see, any suggestions you have. I don't know, I'm very here for it. Thanks again so much for spending your time with me and watching today's video. Don't forget to be kind to yourself, others, and the planet, and until next time, you can watch all my other stuff. Subscribe maybe, and I'll catch you later. Bye.